Hi guys, and welcome to All About the Philippines. Now today I'm going to have a look at, are Filipino relationships the same worldwide? So what I mean by that is, when you find your Filipino and you start a relationship, will that relationship be the same with a Filipina as what it would be with a Western woman? And what I'm going to talk about here today is, clearly to me, it is far different than dating a Western woman. And I'll go into the reasons why I believe that's the case in this video. But before we get into it, guys, I'd like to hear what you think about this topic. I'd like all your thoughts and experiences around dating a Filipina and being in a relationship with a Filipina, and the differences that you've experienced along the way. So if you can pop your comments below, that would be fantastic. Remain respectful, of course. And as always, I really encourage everyone to share their experiences with the rest of the community. So let's jump straight into the video, guys. Now, straight up, the first thing you're going to notice the difference between a relationship with a Filipina and a woman from the West is that feminism hasn't hit hard in the Philippines yet. And let's hope it stays away from the Philippines. Although I do think it is creeping in there through the US and a lot of the TV shows they watch, which are from the US. Mainly in the cities. I think in the province areas, the Filipinas there are genuinely still very old-fashioned, or they have old-fashioned values, and some do still in the cities as well. So I think it's more the ones going through university and, as I say, watching the TV shows in America that are slowly changing them into having more of a feminist way about them. And to many men in the West, that's been a turn-off, and that's why they're seeking Filipinas more than ever before. Now, the areas that are the same in any relationship, I believe, around the world are things like communication must be good, loyalty, trust, compromise, love, and respect. They're all essential ingredients into any relationship, including with a Filipina. And as I say, I don't believe that changes in any relationship anywhere in the world. And with a Filipina, you're going to get some very great qualities in that Filipina. As I say, all those family values where she loves and respects you, her family. And that's very endearing. It's very refreshing for a Western man to see. And that's part of the attraction to the Filipina, as well as obviously, she's got some very good looks about her. Filipinas are very beautiful women, and Western men find them exceptionally beautiful. And when you find the right Filipina, you will be in a relationship like you've never been in before, and she will show you so much honesty and trust and love and caring than you've probably ever experienced before. But of course, there's going to be cultural clashes, and they're things that you've got to really overcome. So you've got to learn about those things prior to being in a relationship with a Filipina. And in many Filipino and Filipina relationships, they'll do a thing called tampo, where the woman might be upset with the man and she will go into what in the West we would call a sulking state. She would go into her room, she'd become very quiet, she'd give you the cold shoulder, and this could go on anywhere for an hour to maybe, in some severe cases, a day or two or three. And what the man would do to stop this, he would go up to her and he would apologize for whatever he's done wrong, even if he didn't know what he's done wrong. It's just the way they do it in the Philippines, in many relationships, that is. Maybe not every single relationship, but it is something that is very entrenched in Filipino culture and relationships in the Philippines. And of course, this is something that many Western men won't accept in their relationship. They would see it maybe as controlling or rude, or a manipulative, childlike behavior to get her own way. So that really becomes a big challenge in a Western and Filipino relationship, that you have to work out with your Filipino how best to sort that out. And I've done some videos on that. You might want to check in my Philippines relationship playlist. That might help you get a better understanding on how to deal with tempo. And the next point you're going to have to get used to around the cultural issues is things like the Filipinos will be very close to their family, and they will have a large extended family. It won't be just maybe one or two brothers or sister and parents. It will be the parents, the siblings, nieces, nephews, cousins, and even close friends will be considered to be relatives. So whereas in the West, the family, while it's important, it's not overly so like it is in the Philippines. In the West, we can go a long periods of time without being near our families or talking to our families. In the Philippines, they're much closer. So if you go to your Filipino's place for a meal, there's likely going to be 5, 10, 15 other people there all sharing the meal as well. And for some Western men, this is no problem at all. They find very endearing having a family, and a large family at that, that's all very close together. But for others, it can be a bit smothering, and they can find it very disconcerting in that relationship. So it's really important that if you're entering a relationship with a Filipina, that you understand about how close she is to her Filipino family. And just one last point I'll make while I think of it is that in the Philippines, 80% are Catholic in religion, and most Filipinos and Filipinas are religious by nature. It's their upbringing, it's their culture, it's something they believe fairly strongly in. And if you're not a religious type of person, that can be something to get used to as well. But just because you're not religious doesn't mean you can't have a successful relationship with a Filipina who is religious. You just have to encourage her and allow her to have and maintain her religious beliefs. So guys, that's why I believe Filipina relationships are different from others around the world, and they are quite unique in many senses. I'd like to hear what you've got to say about that as well, so put your comments below. Tell me about what you think, if there's anything other reasons why the relationships are different, or if you think they're not different, feel free to pop that in the comments as well. We'd love to hear it as a community and get your feedback on that. So if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share the video with all your networks, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell to get more videos. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I appreciate all your support. Take care, and bye for now.